Hello and welcome to FountainFX on Monday the 25th of November 2013. I'm just sharing with you the Euro-US dollar. The main reason for constantly focusing on this particular currency pair is because it is the major currency pair out there. $1 trillion is traded every day on this particular pair, and $4 to $5 trillion is traded every day on the currency market as a whole. But therefore the Euro-US dollar makes up for 20 to 25% of the overall market share. Looking at this is a use of, I've got a MACD plotted at the bottom of this hourly chart. So we can see each candlestick is based on an hour's movement in price, and therefore the MACD, which is the moving average convergence divergence indicator at the bottom, we have a histogram, which is these greens and red bars that have formed, and we also have two moving averages. Now, with the moving average crossover, when that happens, that's also at the point where the histogram crosses over. And the histogram and the moving averages, it just purely shows you the level of momentum in that direction. So it's saying that here the downward momentum is increasing, and then it increases very rapidly there, obviously, with this big red candle in the middle of the screen, and then it shows it's starting to decrease. So as that momentum decreases, even though price is going sideways, it's basically saying now's a good time to actually close your short trade and look to reverse it, or look to wait for confirmation of the long trade, which happens here at the crossover of the zero line. So when it goes from red histogram to green histogram, that's basically saying you should be buying now instead of selling. And obviously when it goes from the green down to the red, that's basically saying you should be selling now instead of buying. And it really just highlights where the moving averages cross over at these certain points. So highlighting where the MACD is giving us clear indications of buying and selling, the first yellow circle, we have to wait until the previous candlestick has closed, and so therefore the histogram has actually broken below or above the zero line. And as we see here, the moving average trend lines are now pointing down, so it's a crossover. So it's saying it's gone from being an uptrend to a downtrend. We've had to wait for that histogram to form, so it's on the open of the next histogram, so it's showing it's in a downtrend. It's on the open of the next candlestick that we look to therefore sell. So that's a sell order at 1.3533. It then continues to be below there, so it's showing that it's a downward trend all the way through. It's not until we get a clear indication here, it shows like it may have bobbled up a bit before, but it's not until this second green bar in the histogram pushing up that we've actually got a clear indication that it's changed from being in a downtrend to an uptrend. So that's a buy at 134.27 based on that indication. So if we were shorting for 135.33, we would be closing that trade, and we would be banking 106 points. But we can also therefore enter a long at this point, and at this, so we would now be in a trade going in the opposite direction, and price continues to push up, and it's not until here the MACD says the momentum is now changing from being an uptrend to a downtrend, so you need to close that long order. So we turn around here and we go back up, we follow it up, and that's a sell order at 135.42, a trade of 115 points from the 134.27 to the 135.42. So that's a very nice way, an easy way of trading, especially if you're new to trading. We can use the MACD on the 1 hour chart. We look for extremes as well, so we're looking at areas of resistance and areas of support, so tops and bottoms as well. So that's where it works. If we go to the left, where price is sort of somewhere in between, it's not really showing us a clear indication. So that's how we can use the MACD to be able to identify entries and exits, and in this instance we've shown you how to trade in 3 days and take over 200 points from one particular currency pair. That's the power of trading Forex. Thank you very much from FountainFX.